This video explains how to sample a set of random integers from an interval using the R programming language. So without too much talk, let's dive into the R code. For this tutorial, we first need to set a random seed to make our examples reproducible, and we can do that using the set.seed function, as you can see in line 2 of the code. So after running this line of code, the following examples get reproducible. In the next step, in lines 4 and 5 of the code, I'm using the sample.int function to generate a random set of integers. And within this function, I'm specifying the number of integers from which I want to sample. So in this case, I'm specifying the n argument to be equal to 10. And for that reason, the sample.int function samples from the range of integers from 1 to 10. And then in the next step, I'm also specifying the size argument to be equal to 5. And this tells the sample.int function to sample 5 integers. I'm storing the output of the sample.int function in a new data object called myInt1. So if you run lines 4 and 5 of the code, you can see at the top right of RStudio that a new data object called myInt1 is appearing. And we can print this data object to the RStudio console by running line 6 of the code. And then you can see that we have created a random vector of integers. And you can also see that none of these integers is repeated. And the reason for that is that the sample.int function by default uses a sampling without replacement. So in the next step, I want to show you how to sample with replacement, as you can see in lines 8 to 10 of the code. So in lines 8 and 9 of the code, I'm using basically the same syntax as in the first example. However, then in line 10 of the code, I'm also specifying the replace argument to be equal to true. And this tells the sample.int function to sample with replacement. So if you run lines 8 to 10 of the code, you can see at the top right that another data object is appearing, which is called myInt2. And we can print this data object to the bottom by running line 11 of the code. And then you can see that we have created another vector of integer values. However, you can also see that the value 9 is repeated. And this is because the sample.int function has sampled with replacement in this example. That's all I wanted to explain in this video. In case you want to learn more on this topic, you may check out my homepage, statisticsglobe.com, because on my homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the content of this video in some more detail. I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video, so you can find it there. If you have liked this video or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to respond to all comments as soon as I can. Furthermore, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified about future video releases. I have already published about 500 videos on this channel, and I'm releasing new videos on a daily basis. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.